everybody, this is Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff, and today is kind of a bit of an update video, and I also want to tell you a story. Hopefully this little story will be helpful to you, especially in regards to the iPhone 5S. As you've probably noticed, I'm holding two iPhone 5Ss in my hands. They're identical. The one right here is defective, unfortunately. This is the one that I was supposed to be reviewing. I got this on contract through AT&T on release day. I was lucky enough to order it early. I thought, oh yay, no trouble. I'm so lucky to get it early. Somehow I got onto the website and ordered it at 6 p.m. and skipped all the lines and Apple's website. So I thought, oh cool, great thing. But no, joke's on me. This one's defective and it slowed down my review. Luckily, I was able to call into Apple and tell them, hey, I'm a reviewer, I got this phone, I don't want a refurbished one, I need it brand new. I refuse to review a refurbished phone. So they were happy enough to send me a brand new one. So that was very nice of Apple, and I will get back to this in a little bit because actually this doesn't have to be just special treatment. Consumers can ask for brand new devices as well. So I went past the 14-day return period where I obviously couldn't just return it to AT&T. So after those 14 days, you are referred out to Apple, and Apple, when you go to the store, will just give you a refurbished phone. They won't give you a brand new one. So always call into customer care and I will tell you how to do that. So what's going on is that my iPhone 5S was having some reception issues, and I've actually seen a lot of people complaining about similar things. So what this guy is doing is that it can't find the network a lot of the time. You'll see that it says searching, and it sits there for several seconds, and then it will say no service, and then it takes quite some time to connect back onto the network, if it finds the network at all, and then I end up having to put the phone in airplane mode or restarting it to get it working again. So basically, this phone has been very quirky, and I haven't been able to make calls. I dropped over 15 calls in 2 weeks. That's what the Apple Diagnostics said when I called in, and I really was not able to send text messages as well. It was just a complete disaster. Now I get this one, and I do keep in mind that my house is not the best place for reception, especially down in here. But what's interesting is that I am seeing with the field test that you can activate on the phone, using this combination here and hitting send, you can see what the signal strength is like in dBm. So these guys have been very, very similar in terms of reception, but this one is not doing at all what this one is doing. I can make calls on this one, and it's interesting that even though it says that the reception is the same, this one seems to have an extra bar here and there, especially when I try to make a phone call. It'll go from 1 button and bounce up to 2. So I just have been seeing a lot better things with this one, and it seems that a lot of people are having issues with reception. So my advice to you is if you see any reception issues on your phone, just go and exchange it right away. Don't wait or let someone tell you that you need to restore from a brand new phone and not from a backup, or wait until updates happen, because then you're stuck with having to get a refurbished phone. With me, since I was reviewing the phone, I gave it the benefit of the doubt just to wait and ignore the reception issue and just use Wi-Fi, but then it became a real big problem. So what I ended up doing is I called Apple, I got in contact with customer care. That's something that anybody can do, and this is what I recommend if you accidentally go past the return date period. Instead of having them send you a refurbished phone, ask for a brand new one. If you tell them, and this is something that I've actually done before I was involved with any of this media stuff or YouTube, you just ask them, can you please send me a brand new phone? I've only had the phone for about a month, and I think that I deserve a brand new one. I do not want a refurbished one, especially because if I go to try to sell the phone, I want the serial on the phone to match the old serial on the box. They sell a lot better if you don't have a refurbished phone and if the serial matches. So I've actually done this a few times with a few different Apple products. Somehow I am incredibly unlucky and I just get defective stuff. I guess that's probably because I get them at release instead of waiting a month. That's another thing. You should probably just wait a month and try to get a device then, because a lot of the time the kinks are worked out. But a lot of people are not willing to wait. I understand that. I'm not either. I was able to get a brand new iPhone 3GS even way back when. Been able to get a new laptop and a new iPad. Just make sure to present your case that you must have a brand new phone. And actually, they're usually happy to oblige. I've seen that Apple has pretty much the best customer service that I've really seen from any other company. This is not a product placement or anything. This is just my honest, real experience. Usually I'm an Android person, but I like to keep an Apple product around, and I just know that Apple has just been very generous to me. They've even given me a free $50 iTunes gift card and a smart cover for all the troubles that I had with my iPad. So get in contact with Apple customer care if you want to have a brand new phone. Please don't get refurbished phones. The last time I got a refurbished phone, it was an iPhone 3GS, and it had a huge gouge across the display. I'm like, how do you even allow that? Generally, they take all the housing off and they keep the internal parts of the phone and then they just assemble it into a brand new chassis and brand new housing, so they say. But then a lady at the Genius Bar was bold enough to tell me that actually some lady back with the iPhone 3GS got a refurbished 3GS that still had people's pictures on it. I mean, what? It's like they just take a defective phone and with benefit of a doubt are just like, okay, yeah, it looks great. We just put it in a box and give it to the next unsuspecting person. Yeah, it's not acceptable. So the only way for me is to make sure to ask Apple customer care. They have a lot more power than the Apple Store ever will. My questions for you guys is, have you been experiencing the exact same thing that I have? Have you had issues with reception? I know a lot of people are complaining, but I want to know what people here on YouTube have to say about it. So now I am resuming my review. I will turn back this defective one and I now have a working phone. And it actually has less dead pixels. The other one had dead pixels. So, you know, there's lots of things you can complain about to the Apple customer care, why you must have a brand new phone and why yours is defective. And generally, they're very accommodating. They've got enough money and they're willing just to give you a brand new phone. So that's really the moral of the story here. So that's all I had to say, and thank you for watching. I'm gonna go get some fajitas or something. Have a good night.